Recently, the Nelk Boys had a controversy with a former employee named Bob Menery. And to summarize this, Bob had received $1.2 million over 10 months to appear on the Full Send podcast, but he believes he should have gotten more. Jesus Christ. I listened to this podcast here and there, and I had no idea who this guy was. He's very forgettable. The members of Nelk had to address this controversy, and that's when Brad chimed in to say that at a certain point during his career, he faced a controversy so intense that he lost over 100,000 subscribers.
I had to, right?
Yeah, there was times like I experienced this years and years ago in the fitness industry, and I never really responded to it like properly, and I always kind of regretted that I didn't respond to it in a way that I should have.
Why?
But I got there was
act out of anger.
No, there was a dude who just basically lied on my name, a ton of shit about his girl and all this crazy shit. I stole his company. None of this was true, and I got called a snake. I just hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and I lost 70,000 overnight, and he gained 100,000 on his YouTube. Because my YouTube was blowing up. 70,000 YouTube subscribers overnight.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I just hit 1 mil. And it was when my videos were going super viral, I just hit picking up girls at Gold's Gym, millions of views.
Yeah.
And this person came out and just made a straight shit on me video. And I just had to deal with it. And I remember being I'm going to be the bigger guy and not address it and not say all the details. And I realized that was one of the worst mistakes I ever made.
It seemed like everybody during this time, 2017, hated Bradley Martyn, and it took him a while to recover. But let me put some context into his career beginnings. In 2011, Bradley had competed as a bodybuilder and actually placed high, second place, and then first place. He was definitely taking gear, steroids, and the reason why he did this was because the people he competed with were also taking steroids. Bradley had to even out the playing field if he wanted a chance to win. Now, he rarely talks about this because it's something that might ruin his credibility, even though it shouldn't, because everybody who competes in bodybuilding is using steroids. One of the side effects of the steroid usage was premature balding. So instead of going bald when you're 40, you might go bald in your mid-20s. And around this time, he started wearing a cap to hide his bald spots. Now, people speculated that he stopped competing because he was self-conscious about his hairline.
And I think one of the biggest things, and I don't think it's holding me back in a sense, but I do know that this is one of my biggest insecurities, and it's wearing a hat all the time. Legit personal thing where I'll feel uncomfortable going out to a store without a hat. And I'm not even posting on the internet or Instagram or anything, but I'm just thinking someone might run up to me and want to take a picture, and I'm there, look like, the guy that everyone's not used to seeing. It's I'm gonna grow it out curly again. And then it got to a length where it was here, and I was like, what the fuck? What about right here, right here? And ever since then, I've just been super self-conscious of it. Super self-conscious of it. Even before Instagram. I remember just feeling self-conscious of it. And it fucking sucks, to be honest, man. And almost 30 years old. I feel like I'm 28. I just have to start embracing it.
And by the way, I have mad respect for the bald community and am not trying to put them down. Bradley said he stopped competing because he believes the competitions are rigged because they're judged. That's actually a fair criticism. It definitely comes down to the opinion of the judges, and I can definitely imagine some judges being bribed to score certain competitors higher.
Like that, because it was 2 weeks before, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So I go to do it. I get second place when they only gave out, because every show after that, they gave out 2 pro cards. So that was the very first USA's, they gave out 1.
Yeah.
And I got second place. And I'm people are booing, literally booing, and I'm up there what the f? And then for 3-4 months on Facebook, because that was still what was popular at the time, people were messaging me man, you got f. Every message, man, you got f. Man, you got f. And I was just man, I got f. But she said you didn't win because that was my guy to win. Right, and you were in his class. Sorry.
That's that.
Now, Bradley could have gone pretty far as a bodybuilder, especially since he steadily progressed as he got older. But starting in 2014, his main focus became business and social media. I think his decision to become a social media influencer has proven to be a better source of income for him. Brad had always had an Instagram following. His videos were him squatting females and giving gym advice. Brad started getting extra successful when he made videos where he hits on Instagram Instagram models at the gym. Brad was also no stranger to calling people out.
You were taking advantage of them. People are upset that you're fucking over an industry, right? You are making this shit worse. It's not getting better. You are adding to the shit. I'm just done, man. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done watching people get fucked over. I'm done watching people complain about these are just haters. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking scammer. This shit has been going on for way too long.
He made videos talking about his issues with the fitness industry, sometimes calling people out by name, most notably Shreds, who was caught using Photoshop for their transformation pictures. Bradley made a t-shirt with the caption, "Adobe Gains," to make fun of them. But his biggest break was when he was featured on Bro Science Life, where Brad played a straight man in contrast to Dom's over-the-top character, a little similar to what he does with Steve Will Do It. This gave Bradley enough exposure to sell gym programs, merchandise, and he eventually opened his own gym, Zoo Culture. Now, Brad's fall started with a subliminal tweet aimed at Callum Von Moger, saying he is a scumbag for charging people for autographs. Some people were calling Brad a hypocrite because Brad was trying to charge $35,000 for an Instagram post.
You went on to fucking make the Adobe Gains fucking shirt, which I thought was real fucking classless. No matter what was going on, and people, you let the fucking fans make their own choice whether they fucking are mad at Devin or Shreds or whatever the fuck it was. But you went on to do that fucking shirt and thought it was funny. You made money off someone else's misfortune. To me, that means you're a fucking dick. Plain and simple. Anybody that would do something like that is a fucking dick. You know, and then you're the same type of person that goes on to talk about doing this for the fans and that for the fans and for the people and all this shit. You know, I got fucking companies that you wanted to charge $35,000 fucking dollars for one Instagram post. 35 grand. The companies fucking laughed at you. And they fucking told you no. They squashed the whole fucking deal. And now they told a lot of other companies about what the fuck you're doing. Word gets around very quickly. And guess what? Not many companies want to work with you, Bradley. Why is that? You have this giant following, millions of followers, all this shit, and no companies really want to work with you. Now, you're doing your own thing, which I got to give you credit for. But the bottom line is, you've caused so many fucking behind the fucking scenes stirs that people come up to me and go, do you know this guy? And I'm like, no, I don't really know him. I avoid him because I don't really like his fucking attitude on the videos, and I think that he's pretty classless for doing the shit that he did to Devin. So I just don't fuck with him whatsoever. I don't collab with him. I don't do anything. I don't really fucking think about him. And they start telling me the things, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why would this guy do this? You actually think that you are worth $35,000 for a single Instagram post. You don't think that's fucked up? I think all the other companies think that's fucked up. And the fact that your Adobe's Gain shirt, not only did you make money off of the Adobe's Gain shirt, but you went on to brag to people about how much money you made from it. Like, you're like, yeah, someone's life is fucked, and I made $1 million. You said you made $1 million. $1 million off of one t-shirt design. That's what you told people. Motherfucker, The Rock doesn't even make $1 million off one t-shirt design. But here's the other thing. If you fucking had that one t-shirt design making $1 million, why aren't you pumping out more of that t-shirt? Different colors, different sizes, fucking sweatshirts, all that shit. Because you didn't make $1 million.
This YouTuber believed that Brad's Adobe Gains t-shirt was in bad taste, along the lines of kicking someone when they're down, and Brad had claimed to have made over $1 million from the shirt, so pretty much he's lying and exaggerating his success. Now, Brad called out Shreds for selling programs to people, not specific to each person, but copy and pasting a program that already exists. The controversy towards Brad started to brew more because people speculated he did the exact same thing, though Brad has said he uniquely creates programs for each individual person. Brad also criticizing someone else's program so more people can hire him instead. It's mudslinging, trying to make another business look bad so they come to you. Politicians do it the most obviously, and aside from this controversy, fans of fitness started becoming tired of Brad's content. Brad changed after he started getting a lot of views, all clickbait shit, and the content is meh. 90% him making bad jokes with the camera guy, bro don't film that, for like 40 minutes. He got 4 mil views in 2 days for his recent hitting on girls at the gym vid. Garbage, but it works. He's not even funny. You know the one guy in school that made one great joke and everyone laughs, then he tried to imitate that moment all the time but fails, and everyone is like meh? That's Brad. I think Brad's relationship with Dom was the worst thing to happen because now Brad is trying to be funny, but he's not naturally a funny person. Since public opinion on Brad started to dwindle, people who worked with him started to expose him. Cassidy Campbell met Brad at a fitness expo. Brad promised to collaborate with him and help him grow his Instagram account. Despite making millions on merch, Brad couldn't accommodate Cassidy with a place to sleep and ended up refusing to collaborate. So Cassidy called him out on making parody merch, saying he ripped off other people's designs. Jason Genova would send his fan base to attack Bradley Martyn, calling him a scam artist and a fraud.
Martyn is a thief. He's a liar. He stole a lot of money from people. He's a big thief and a con artist and a scammer. He's no good. He's really, really a liar. He's done a lot of crazy things over the years. Stole, he scammed people out of money. He's no good.
The other big video exposing Brad was Callum Von Moger. Apparently when Callum was out of town, Brad got horny and started hitting on his girlfriend.
We were going through some problems, as you do, and I told him things and in confidence that he wouldn't say anything to anyone. Anyway, he went back to LA. I was still working overseas, and he saw Korean at the gym, and he broke the bro code.
The two of them did a little business together, and Brad tried to get a percentage of Callum's supplement company without Callum knowing. And of course, dozens of reaction channels made videos about Brad putting gas on the flame, ruining his reputation even further.
Bradley just seems so fake now. Like, all the shit that he got called out on, like fucking people over for money and for business, and he was trying to own the rights to Colin Von Moger's website and shit. Like, I've never understood fake people. I don't get it. Like, I can't relate to people who want to fuck people over for money or fake.
These exposures caused Brad to go from 1 million subscribers to just above 900,000. Brad has never made a video of his own explaining his side of the story. He just kept making videos, networking with different people like Logan Paul and KSI. Eventually, Brad and Callum Von Moger reconciled their differences and made a new video together. Brad also ran into Jason Genova at an expo, and the two of them took a picture together burying the hatchet, and Bradley doubled down on his criticism of Shreds. Brad would create his own podcast and start collaborating frequently with the Nelk Boys. Over time, he started to gain a new audience, and people started to have a more favorable opinion on him. And since he has over 3 million subscribers, the little turbulence he had in 2017 is mostly forgotten. In a weird way, I respect him for not quitting. A lot of people would take something like that and let it ruin their confidence. Not making a video apologizing was a smart move too. When YouTubers do something like that, make an apology video, it's usually the beginning of the end. If Brad doesn't feel guilty about what he did, or supposedly did, then he shouldn't pretend to. And probably the smartest thing Brad did was create a second channel for his more humorous videos. For people that aren't super into fitness, while he keeps making workout videos on his main channel, collaborating with bodybuilders like Tristan Lee, Joseph Baina, and Kai Green. Anyway, what do you guys think of Bradley Martyn? Let me know. I'm out.